Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to The Burning Truth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Burning Truth. I'm your host, Matt Burns, the Funk Soul Brother, the bad boy of British wrestling. I've been down many names. I'm a former bully and everything. But anyway, welcome to the show. Hopefully, it's a bit of a Sunday, a bit of a change, a bit of a day change. I just thought to just possibly re-explain why this day change as well. Because recently, with this day change, it actually frees me up a lot more. I'm able to actually communicate better with yourselves, and I can actually do more live. I can do it live more often, a lot more often. And the good thing about it is, I want to keep the fact that we are a broadcast open as much as possible, because with us being live, we are a broadcast. If we're not live all the time, I would feel us calling ourselves a broadcast would be a lie, and would be most likely relegated to podcast. Now, with Saturdays lately, I've been taking up, scheduling. Well, my scheduling has been absolutely hectic for Fridays, Saturdays, and whatnot. Be it either attending a wrestling show, be watching, doing form of review or something, or any other reason, possibly above, possibly even doing some interviews and whatnot. But I will state this right now. This is going to be a permanent move. So from now on, every Sunday at 9 p.m, The Burning Truth will be live. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, I'm just stating it will most likely be live. If there is any time where I'm not live, I will make it clear on our social media. The best one to see it on would most likely either be on the Facebook, but if not, I will see what I can do. It'll either be a video blog like I've done in the past, or if necessary, I will get something written out and sent out. So, just to point that out, I just thought to mention the move to Sunday. Now, as it's Sunday, there's one thing I need to state. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody. I know it's a bit late, and I'm pretty sure everybody today has done their pinch punch first of the month. Get it out of the way and all done. I've already had mine given. Tried to give a few out, so unfortunately got tricked into getting it myself. Great. Right, but anyway, we're not here for pinch punch first of the month. We're not, I will state some of you probably are here for the Easter eggs and whatnot. Good on you. And all the best to you. Unfortunately, I can't have any Easter eggs at the moment. Well, I can't have Easter eggs unless I've got certain things. If I'm a bit low on certain sugars and whatnot, because of my type 2 diabetes. But that's not a damper. And don't feel sorry for me at all, because I will state this to you. I want you all to have a very happy Easter. Now, moving on with that, I just thought I'd re-mention about a recent interview that I've literally done, which is to do with drill. Now, one thing I will state is that I've done an interview with him, and that will be getting released tomorrow at 5 p.m. on our YouTube channel, most likely under TBT Interviews. So please check that out tomorrow, because I will state that is a very interesting interview. And, well, one thing I will also state, it's also a first for TBT Interviews. He is the first to return as a guest, which I am very, very proud that he did accept, and he did it on such short notice and whatnot, as you'll probably hear in the interview itself. But there is a topic on there that we do cover. There was some controversy and whatnot, so I'm not going to say any more. Just check it out. Just remember, 5 p.m. tomorrow, UK time, on YouTube, on the Burning Truth YouTube channel, and it will be under TBT Interviews. Now, moving on from that, you've probably all noticed that on social media I have actually been a bit more active, most likely on the Instagram lately, which has been getting also shared out to Twitter and also Facebook, which is some images while I'm at attending shows and whatnot. Hopefully I should be doing them more often and whatnot, because I can see that it's getting a positive reaction and whatnot, so who knows, I should be doing that more, and if anybody wants to approach me while I'm doing the picture, get involved, get themselves in it, I'll even tag you in it and whatnot. Why not? We'll have a blast. But anyway, with that, that's, I'm hopefully going to be doing more with the social media and whatnot. But let's get down to wrestling news. Well, I say wrestling news, I'm not going to be covering much topics today because, unfortunately, due to my busy schedule, this is most likely going to be a short episode, which I do apologise for, but we'll move on quickly because there is 2 topics I want to cover for WWE this week, which is one of them being John Cena facing Kane on Raw and the promo after. Fantastic, but that's all under one section of the topic, so don't worry, there's a second one, I will cover that after. John Cena versus Kane, good solid match. I did find one thing very, very interesting and quite surprising, which was that John Cena hitting a chokeslam on Kane. Now, a lot of people say, oh, he's imitating Undertaker. Dingbats. He's imitating Kane as well. A chokeslam is Kane's primary finisher, usually. Unless he's really, really upset and he pulls out Taker's usual finisher, which is the tombstone. But at the same time, I will state, Cena doing stuff like that, the cutthroat, he is really going for the old shout out. This, as much as what I'm hoping for is that Cena does have a match against Taker and whatnot, because for how much this is being plugged and whatnot, it would be a shame not to have it on WrestleMania. Cena versus Undertaker, the way it's being hyped up is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see it. Now, moving on from... Oh, not actually moving on. After the match itself was interesting, back and forth, with Cena getting the win. Brilliant. But what was more interesting is the promo after. He literally stated, it was a no disqualification rules match. You could have got involved. Where were you, Taker? Where were you? Give us a gong. Give us something. Practically even starting chant stating, do something. Now, if Taker doesn't do anything, this will diminish him a little bit. But at the same time, a lot of people stating he was done when he did the whole act of him leaving his gear in the ring. Now, I will state that was a special moment for WrestleMania 33. Was it 33? I think, yeah, 33. So, I do apologise if I got that wrong. But anyway, moving on from that minor mishap. Basically, if he does decide to come back, one thing I will be interested in is, because there's a rumour going around that because Kid Rock being, inducted into the Hall of Fame, the dead man could return. Well, Undertaker could return, but does it say it has to be the dead man? Who says it doesn't have to be the American Badass? Now, I will state, if he does that, that will be what a way to return that character, that version of The Undertaker. And I think it'd be quite more fitting and interesting with Cena, especially seeing as that's the Undertaker that Cena got sort of involved with when he debuted in WWE. That's and it would be interesting to see that them pair against each other once again at WrestleMania. and whatnot, I wouldn't mind seeing the American Badass. I know, rumor has it that supposedly Vince McMahon hates the American Badass gimmick, but what a way that would be. That would be a WrestleMania moment for him to literally, dong. Instead of just, well, actually, my mistake. Instead of just the dong, dong, it's literally dong, dead man walking. Boom. Music hits. Job done. He comes out. He'll be basically kicking Cena and left, right, and centre, taking some licks himself. And what's so interesting is, I don't know who's going to win the match. Do not know, but I'm interested to find out. But with that all stated, let's move on to the next topic, which is SmackDown, which is Daniel Bryan and whatnot, challenging, I believe he was challenging Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to a tag team match with Shane McMahon. Now, fingers crossed, hopefully Shane McMahon does recover and whatnot. Otherwise, this will be a massive underdog story with Daniel Bryan taking on both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But come on, you don't want the unbelievable, it be unreal. If not, get a replacement for him to tag with. Be entertaining as hell. It would be massively entertaining. I am so looking forward to this because I know Daniel Bryan will make a WrestleMania moment just by returning to the ring, making his first match at WrestleMania. If he does wait until that long, that will be special, and I mean that, very special. But it'd be an absolute massive hit. It would. What more can I say than seeing, the Yes Man come back, kicking ass, taking names. But at the same time, the promo that he cut recently does actually make it seem like, is he coming away from being a GM? And is there a possibility of somebody else coming in? Now, at the moment, if there is somebody else coming in, the odds-on favourite is supposedly Hogan. Me personally, yes, I might be a little interested, but at the same time, no, I'm not. I'm not thrilled by the idea. I'd say Shane could do a possibly pretty good job as long as he gets himself out of the main picture all the time and whatnot, but somebody else could fill that role as well. Just as good. But more on that. In the time being, supposedly in regards to that. Now, what I did find interesting, also from the Daniel Bryan promo that he cut, is that with him throwing down some of his certain clothing items that he was supposed meant to be wearing and slammed it down. Somebody's done a reply to that on YouTube, and what a shock it was. Dr. Shelby. Gotta love it. The fact that the dude is carrying on that gimmick, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. The fact that he's continuing that on. It's unbelievable. But I liked how, he turned around, he's bringing up, calm down, Daniel Bryan, calm down. No need to be, have a bit of anger issues, come back to some classes, work on them. And then when he mentions about, clothing, item clothing and whatnot, he's saying, I look fancy, but I also mean business. Oh, absolute brilliant. Recommend anybody to try and find that out. It's just gold. And if WWE doesn't look into having Dr. Shelby involved somehow, come on. That would be great, even if it's just for a week. I'd love to see Dr. Shelby back. I really would. That would be a yes for me. But anyway, we've covered that. As for predictions for WrestleMania, it sounds like I'm edging to get me predictions out. I will not state my predictions. The reason being, I'm going to be doing that the usual way that I've been doing it recently, which is by doing a predictions blog, which will be for WrestleMania 34, which will be on the website www.thebainingtruthuk.com. Now, if you just click under the blog section, and hopefully I will have that up possibly this upcoming week, or possibly the night before, the night or at least the day before WrestleMania. However, just to state, there will be a episode of the broadcast that day, as fingers crossed, hopefully for that day as well. Be depending on scheduling permitting, but I should be ready for the next broadcast next week, and should be live. So anyway, there will be a blog on that this week for my predictions for WrestleMania 34, and I will state, some of I don't have a clue on what to do on, but I will make a decision on that. But that will be when it's released, and supposedly WrestleMania is going to be the biggest pay-per-view again. Yet again, more hours being added, more matches. It's going to be bigger, badder than ever. But anyway, if anybody is interested in watching that, you can just check that out on the WWE Network, just for $9.99. Vince, please, just give me a shout out or something, whatnot. I seem to be plugging you almost every week. But anyway, recently I will state for myself, I've been attending quite a number of shows, like the Academy, which I'm hopefully getting some reviews out with, for the Academy FCW. And just recently I was at United Wrestling last Friday. Fantastic show and whatnot. Great seeing the UK wrestling media there, doing some great photography work. Check out, if you want to see some of the photos from that show, check it out on the UK Wrestling Media page, which is on Facebook. I recommend that to everybody. Or if necessary, check on their Instagram, because they'll probably have some funny comments on there. But anyway, I'll get on to the United Wrestling. You know what? No, I'm sorry, but I know I've just mentioned United Wrestling, but that's just reminding me of a bit of a sore subject. Right. As for United Wrestling, I will most likely be doing a possible review on that. Fingers crossed I can get it within scheduling time. If I can, I'll hopefully get that out on our social media, whatnot, most likely Facebook. But I'm sorry, folks, but I've got to do this. And what I'm going to have to state is, for any young listeners who's listening, audio discretion is advised for what I'm about to say. Maybe not appropriate. Age appropriate in regards to this. Somebody was at United Wrestling and he seems pretty joyous with himself. Yeah, just so you know who you are, Big Rich, you big behemoth. I will state this to you. Yes, you beat me at the last show, at my last match at United. You beat me 1, 2, 3. I will give you that. Hats down. My foot. I can also say I went in thinking my experience would get me the win, and I feel like I took my eye off the ball. I took my eye off the ball and whatnot. But guess what? You're going down stating I'm demanding a rematch. Wrong. You seem to be the only one who's demanding anything. You're the one who's stating, get in the ring, I'll kick your ass and whatnot. Yeah, you don't even know if I've been cleared. But guess what? I've already possibly announced this already. Possibly, I'm not sure if I have. If I haven't, I do apologise. I have been medically cleared to wrestle. So, guess what? The thing that you've been asking for, you've heard of the old saying, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. Guess what? You might get this. So understand this. You want a match against me? Fine. Clear it with management before you make any special announcements on what match it is. But let me just get this straight through your head. Whatever match, management, be it United Wrestling, be it FCW, be it any wrestling company whatsoever, But more importantly, I would love it to be at United Wrestling, just so I can kick your arse from pillar to post right in front of my local town, my hometown, Stoke-on-Trent. The Matt Bones loyalist, the United Universe, well, United Wrestling crowd, the fans, the locals and whatnot. I want to kick your arse. So be it a singles match, be it a submission match, be it a I quit, be it whatever, false count, no disqualification, no holds barred like you suggested. I will kick your arse, but understand, like the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for, because I will clearly state this to you, Big Rich. If that match happens, I am coming for you. I will not drop the ball this time. I am, this isn't me speaking to you as the Funk Soul Brother. This is me speaking to you as clearly as Matt Burns, directly from one man to another man. I will kick your arse in any match, and I'm going to be stating that. And I will also state, you have got my 100% focus on you this time. I will not let this one slip. You have my 100% attention. Right. So with all that being said, Big Rich, I accept whatever match is given. Bring it. And if you think saying a few words behind the keyboard will do anything fancy, what I just said on this mic, I will say to your face. Let's see if you can do the same. Right, now that I've got that off my chest, dealing with Big Rich, you know what, I'm going to call this a wrap up for this week's episode, because I'm too wet up to even continue on right now. I'm way too wet up right now. So I just want to give out some massive shout outs to the UK Wrestling Media, also known as UKWM, for great photography work and whatnot. Give them a check out on their Facebook and whatnot. I want you to check out JG Printing and Stitching. Fantastic work. I've even got a polo shirt from them, custom made myself, as you might have already seen on the social media. Check out Changes for Health and Wellbeing. You never know, the information you might find on there will possibly either help yourself or hopefully help somebody else. You never know. So if you want to check that out, do check it out. Check out Team 4 Star, especially for their Dragon Ball Z Bridge series. Fantastic work. New Breed, a band that I know of, fantastic work. They keep getting better and better. I'm also going to introduce a new band called the Kamens. Fantastic work. I'll just state this, they're not on the links page yet, but they will be. Botchamania, I've got to shout him out. I've got to shout out to Matthew. Always fantastic work. Keep them coming, and I'll keep watching. And I also want to give a shout out to Barely Average Studios for their YouTube page. If you want to have a check it out, I know one of the guys on there, absolutely brilliant guy. Used to be involved in wrestling. Nice guy, fantastic, big gamer. If you're interested in hearing what he has to say, check out Barely Average Studios. And I'm also going to give one more shout out, which is for the website, which is www.theburningtruthuk.com. If you want to listen to any of the past broadcasts, latest interviews, blogs, and also check out the merchandise where you can get your mugs and t-shirts, please check that out. But till then, I'll hopefully catch yourselves at the next interview, which will be tomorrow, 5 PM on YouTube. On our YouTube channel, check it out. I will be releasing the link to it as well, also on our social media. At the next broadcast, hopefully next week, and at our next review. And until then, stay well, stay safe, and also check out your local wrestling. Catch you later.